course, Ash. I'll always love you. I don't know what he says. Something like that.
I think he says something like that.
Hello and welcome. My name is Alex Gonzalez. With me today is my good old friend, J.E.
Hey, that's me.
And please remember that we are not game devs. How are you doing today, Jay?
Doing pretty good. It's really hot. It's been really hot. How hot is it over there?
It's in the 90s.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's been in the 90s here too, so about equal.
It was over 100, I think. I don't know. I'm doing all right. Could be better. My dog threw up.
Yeah.
Ate some of my stuff.
Yeah.
Feels like I just don't know what to do with my life. But those are not the nihilistic tendencies we're talking about today. Today, we are creating something new. Every week, we are not game devs. We'll create I lost it. Exciting video game idea that we have always wanted to play but do not have any knowledge or know how to create the wonderful experience that are video games. So guys, for the most part, I memorize it and I lost it. I was going off memory. Today is my turn to present We Are Not Game Devs, 156th IP, and we'll begin with this basic concept. This will follow a theme because this concept I want to do, and I've been trying to chew on this idea for a while and I finally got it. I wanted to do a game where you played as like a god. And what I meant by that is you create natural disasters and you create things with wind to kill people. But I was like, Alex, why? What could they, how would they kill people? What's the motive? And then I figured it out. A tower defense game where different colonists are coming onto your land and it's undeveloped and you're like a land entity and like you're trying to defend it, and the way you do that is by like different natural disasters, like different spells you have.
I like it. What if we did this? We'll take a we'll do a different take of what happens in the Bible with the Tower of Babel. And instead of it just being one Tower of Babel, there's each level is a different civilization trying to build their own Tower of Babel, right? And
what's the Tower of Babel?
So in the Bible, there's a story.
Are we doing a Bible game?
No, we're doing a take on a story from the Bible where a long time ago, this is like in the Old Testament, the people decided to build a tower so high that they could reach God and be on the same level as God. And when God found out that these people were doing this, he was like, you can't do that because I'm God and you can't come up here.
Really?
And so I'm making some of this
That's
up.
so
I don't remember the story exactly, but it's something along those lines.
Hey, we need to nerf you. We need to nerf you right now.
And so
do you think he saw us as gross like ants? You know how when ants form like chain link bridges, we're like, ew. Do you think it was like that?
I think it was
He's like,
more
look
that,
at them trying.
I think it's more that he didn't want them to get too close. I don't know what it was. He just didn't want them to get up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's say you saw a bridge of ants at your sink. You're like, oh my God, this is disgusting. And like, you wash them away.
Right. But in the story, what ended up happening is to stop them, God made it so everyone on this tower one day while they're building it, all of a sudden they all spoke different languages. And that's how the Bible explains. That's why other people speak different languages.
I think there's an app that has to do with language learning called Babbel.
Yeah, I think that's where they got the name from. Was from the Tower of Babel story. So I think we could take a page out of the Bible and change it a little bit, where now there's multiple civilizations trying to create their own Tower of Babel. And so you play as God, and instead of you just changing their language so they can't communicate with each other, you are just wiping them out, trying to take these dudes out and destroying their tower, and stop the completion. And maybe we could change the story a little bit where instead of them trying to build this tower to get to God, to be closer to him or her or whatever you think is up there, these civilizations are trying to build this tower to go up to God to kill him. And so God's like, can't have that. Fuck all of you, lightning strikes.
So that's what it'll be. They'll start building towers, and then you have to either do lightning strikes, tsunamis, um, burn them with the sun, use wind to blow them off of bridges and stuff like that. I want it to be like one of those games where you have to use different powers and stuff to get it going. And then eventually, as you go through, you have angels, and then they come down and start spearing them.
Yeah, yeah. It can't be. Okay. I just thought of it.
I mean, you can't say it can't be like direct or anything because Diablo, it's fucking angels and demons.
Yeah. No, that's not what I mean. I just meant, you know how in most tower defense, it's like there's one end where the dudes are trying to get to, and then it's like a line that these, like, they have to go through this path, and then you build things along the path. Maybe in this one, it's the people that you're trying to defend against are going up this tower and making it, and you as God have to try to knock them off the tower. So as this tower is building up and up and up and constructing as they're going up, you're knocking them down, and you could see that visually, and you could also see them construct it visually, kind of like in Civilization, where it's kind of like it's under construction and then it slowly pieces up and up and up. But you know what I mean? Like, I was going to say you can't do it, so it's like just a round circle getting in a spiral towards the center because it's like building a tower. You know what I mean?
So I see that. I just want to make sure that the powers are really fun to play with. Now, do you think this game could be, I think it's going to be like a first person game. Do you think it could also be a VR game?
That's interesting.
Wouldn't it be cool if like the game was on the floor and they're like building towers up to you as you're standing, and like you're like casting spells down from the heavens?
Yeah, I didn't really see it. I guess would be first person, huh? But I saw it more as like an isometric kind of crow's eye, but a little slanted, so you could see the tower building up.
Yeah, it'd be God view. It'd be like that kind of view looking down.
And then maybe it could be kind of like Fez or like those kind of games where you could rotate, like Monument Valley, and rotate the tower in a 3D space, like kind of like spin it around, and then I guess your god powers will be on a cooldown, and then you'll earn currency, and with those currencies, maybe then you could call in your angels, and then we could have it so it's like named angels, and the stronger angels, like, I don't know, I can't remember my angels right now, Gabriel, and I want and stuff like that.
I'm not going to be able to help you at all with any of this. I'll just name people that I know that sound biblical. I'm like Isaac, Michael, Jonathan, Jeremiah.
These are all humans that you're naming, like people. I know Gabriel's angel.
Azrael.
That sounds like an angel's name. Sure, fuck it. We'll throw that in there.
All right.
Maybe you could even like create like near the end of the level, you need more help, and so you bring in the help of the demons and like Lucifer, and then you could start like opening up the earth and causing flooding and like eruptions and stuff like that.
Oh, and then that's when you can do things like special. So I want there to be different trees where you can invest in different ways to cause havoc. So like you can get really good at doing. Huh?
I thought you meant different tree. Like, I was like, trees. Are you like the god of plants
like,
or something?
About getting better at smiting.
Yeah.
So I was thinking you can do things like lightning, or you can or invest into the water tree, where you can make it where it rains and then it pours, and then eventually the rain stays so long it turns into mud, and then they start moving slower. Like I want it to be like really omnipotent where your powers look strong. Or the same with wind, or what we can start doing is inflicting famine or pestilence. Bugs are always fun to watch. Instead of famine, how
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
pestilence? And then what if eventually if you go all the way to the hell like tree, you can also unleash as like a special the four horsemen.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I just had another cool thought. I know you said tower defense, and so in my head, this was gonna play like a traditional tower defense where there's like multiple levels, and I thought we'd be jumping from civilization to civilization as we raise them to the ground. But what if we had a full map and it would play more like Plague Inc. or like a game like that where it starts in, I don't know, the Middle East, like Jerusalem, right? That's the first tower that starts building, and then you got to quell that down, and then there's like a news feed, and it's like like stone tablets, and they're like, God has
Oh fuck
has
yeah! So you're kind of
smitten,
like a Godzilla kaiju.
yeah, and then it's like, and they're like, China can't have that, and so over in
Is that
China, a
how it
tower
would
starts
be?
building.
Whoa! God's coming! Everyone pray!
Yeah,
Hurry!
and then when you quell down China and you quell down Jerusalem, and the England's like, well, we can't have that, and then England starts building their tower, and then like it starts in like, let's say like 500 BC, and by the time it gets to like 2020, they have like technology, and they'll start fighting you with like militant powers and stuff, and like
Warship, so
building
like a
metal
warship
towers.
gets launched, and then there's small scout ships from there that are
Yeah,
fighting you, and you
yeah.
just have to like keep smiting.
Maybe they're not fighting you, but they're fighting like angels that you send out to each region or whatever, and that could be like kind of like you sending out scouts to go help manage the rest of the world type of thing.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a fun way to do it, where
Yeah,
you're
so it's
moving
more
between
like
different locations.
it's like round based. So like when you
Yeah, so
lose
that
the
way,
round, you try it
and
again.
it's funner to use your powers instead of just defending one spot.
Hmm.
I like
And
that.
then
I like that.
that way each run you spec out your skill trees a little bit different to see what skills are better to like quell it down. And maybe it doesn't always start in Jerusalem. It could start wherever first.
Yeah.
And it'll like you just have to kill everybody. That's the goal. Just kill the whole thing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too. Yeah, I really like where that's at. So, what kind of graphics do you think? I'm thinking it's gonna be a next gen game.
You think it will be or you don't
I
think?
think it. Yeah, I think it'll be a next gen game. I
I
want there
think
to
it'll
be a
be
lot of good reactions, ray tracing.
okay. Okay. So then maybe it'll look like Civ 6, but more effects, if you know what I mean. Like I guess
Way better
I
than
mean
Civ
Civ
6.
6 looks pretty good though. I don't know.
Does it?
It looks pretty amazing. When was the last time you played a Civilization game?
I played Civilization 4.
Civilization 4 even looked good, I thought.
I want it to look better. I
Huh?
want it to look like Demon Souls.
Oh shit. I mean it can, but I think in terms of how you're looking at the world, I'm thinking like Civ, where it's like zoomed out and you could see a lot of the world or whatever, and like small buildings being
And
built, and then if you zoom in you could see individual people and stuff.
the early game's gonna make you feel bad. Where I think you have to make it. We have to make the story around where we actually don't like humans. Because in the early game, when they're still developing armor and stuff, they're gonna be like, "Why?" as you smite them. It's only gonna be
Yeah.
later in the game.
Maybe at first your human people are like they're afeared of God, of course, but it's because they're powerless to stop him. But very few places decide to try. And then
And I think
as
there's gonna be cutscenes as like maybe a rebel group rises up
okay, I'm
who
down
takes
with that.
advantage.
And
We
and
gotta we
and
maybe in between should we give blessings
like to the people.
to the
Maybe
people?
maybe it could be like if you wipe him out or wipe out their plans, No, that wouldn't work because that would be weird if you like give him a blessing and then they just go. Maybe. Oh, how about this? Maybe there is like a opposing, not a yeah, like an opposing god or whatever, and they come by every once in a while and battle you and help out the people. Maybe it's not a god. Maybe there's every once in a while there'll be a random great person, to use civilization terms, where they come and they're like, these people are like the, I don't know, fucking Beowulf. I don't know why he's the first person to come to mind. Or like in like modern times when you're playing near the end game, like Steve Jobs comes up and like he like blesses the people with better communication skills so they like can build faster because they
Yeah,
communicate with the rest of the world.
Or like when they invented the internet,
Yeah, or like and then
the atomic bomb.
yeah,
The first
or
time they
like
took flight.
Einstein discovers, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but every once in a while when a super famous person shows up,
We must quell it.
they help the people against you. You know what I mean? And that could be like, you
Do you want it to
phrase it
be
as
funny?
blessing, but want it to be what? Sorry?
Funny.
I think there's humor to it, but I don't think it's gonna be
A funny game, yeah.
like a funny game. I think there's gonna be funny writing in it, but it's not gonna be like Immortals Phoenix Rising where they're trying to make it funny. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think funny moments.
But I'm totally down for it to look amazing, and
yeah, just so that there's a lot of good physics happening.
Yeah. Maybe
okay,
cool. And then maybe for like there's like we could have it so there's checklists that you could do like that are kind of relevant to history. Like maybe there is a tower,
a bunch of
being
natural
built,
disasters.
like real natural disasters. So like there's a tower
Like
being built in Italy.
Make the Tower of Pisa lean.
Yeah, something like like you push it and it's like leaning, and then you'll get an achievement for that.
Do you
Or
think it
one's
would be
being
really
built
mean
in.
and insensitive? It'd probably be really mean and insensitive. But like stuff like Pompeii.
Damn it. That's exactly where I was going. So you build it in Italy and then you make a volcano explode. And that's how you get rid of one of the towers. And then, you get the Pompeii achievement.
And then you can also do Atlantis with the water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's like a fake continent that you've never seen before. Like that's not in real history. And you're like, what is that? You flood it. And it's like Atlantis.
And then there could be fun things. Like, for example, a smite would be like you take unicorns away.
That'd be fun. Yeah, like
they start fighting with dragons randomly, like little things we could slip in that like would be alternate history, so people know it's not the real world. Like for instance, like if they start growing up and then they hit the era where they're knights and they're riding horses, eventually they'll start riding dragons, and then you just hear God, nope, 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 and then dragons are gone, and there's just no dragons to be had. Or
like I like the idea where maybe each run, like we'll add random events that could happen like that, or random alternate takes of history and stuff like that. And maybe some of them are geared towards how you operate as God, and so that way, like certain things, like dragons will only appear if you don't focus on like China for a long time, and let China develop or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's dragons out of nowhere type of thing.
Yeah, I'd like that. Or for instance, you could do like different disasters, like around the 2000s. If there's the turn of the century, you could do Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K.
And then all the computers turn off.
Right.
And then again, stuff. 2012, where the world ends.
I like it. Like, yeah, we'll just take all the like world-ending stuff that happens through history, the Great Depression,
and then like it'd be really great Yeah, and like little specials you can do. Like depending on where it's at, you release a kaiju, and that could either be like King Kong,
Yeah.
Godzilla. Um, I know for sure. There's one. Help me out. Is this the Korean one? Because I know the Pokemon Aggron's based on it. No, that's Japanese too, isn't it?
I'm
Which
not sure what you're talking about.
it's like a dinosaur looking thing that's metal.
I mean, that just sounds like, what's it called? Mecha Godzilla.
I guess it does. Um, yeah, I think we have the potential to go a bunch of different ways with this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're on it. What if we do an expansion where then the humans help you when there's an alien invasion?
Oh.
You know, this is small side thought. This is probably why aliens don't even want to contact us, where they're just observing us. Because every time we're like, well, then and then we fight them.
No, I
But
think the Alien DLC will be more powers to your repertoire. So you throw
ooh,
aliens at them and like different kinds of aliens and different alien raids. And maybe the opposing, and then during the Alien DLC, we'll also add aliens that come to help. So like during ancient Egypt era, there will be random aliens that come to help Egyptians and other areas of the world develop quicker and more,
I like that.
get technology even faster than they would have normally. And that would be part of the Aliens DLC pack.
Okay, okay. Wow, and in that maybe the last thing will be it's someone like a Thanos or someone like a um hero or like God Destroyer or even someone like Invincible or something like
That
that.
would be part of the superhero DLC, where superheroes start fighting
Or they
against you.
develop or superheroes become part of the human race. So then you have to
Yeah,
start putting down
putting down superheroes,
superheroes.
exactly. And then we'll like put in even stronger attacks. Maybe instead of you summoning demons and stuff, you'll like put down super villains, and then that will be you trying to quell down superheroes by putting down
That'd be
villains.
crazy if like your favorite angel that you have that's the best at helping Earth ends up becoming named by the humans, like
Yeah,
Superman.
right. That'd be cool.
Okay, cool. So we got what it looks like. What kind of music are we looking for?
I hear like civilization music, just like very, oh, like, you know what I mean?
So like opera music.
Not opera, but like just epic kind of music. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, very orchestral music then.
yeah, lots of choirs, also people singing. We'll have baritones.
Almost as if whenever Sephiroth enters the building.
Yeah.
One of those.
Sephiroth. La, la, la. Yeah. All that type of stuff.
All right. Here we go. How much are we going to be willing to pay for this game?
I mean, depending on how many variables there are, I could see this being a full price $70 game.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's do
Yes.
that.
We'll do $60. We'll bump it down.
Sure.
$59.99.
Sure.
All right, Jay. Let's get that timer out because we're about to name this game.
Go.
Do you think it would be too avant-garde to call it God? Too much? Too
There's
much. How about this? Omnipotent.
I like that. I like Omnipotent. What if there's a movie that's called this, so we probably can't name it this, but I think it'll be funny if we called it The Gods Must Hate Us.
That would be funny. Or maybe we do a nod, but it would be a joke. We just call it Old Testament.
Old Testament. Towers of Babel. I think I like is it omnipotent? Is that how you say that word?
Yeah, is that right?
I don't know. I'm sure that's correct. That sounds right.
Sounds good,
Let
huh?
me look it up.
All right. Omnipotent is an adjective having unlimited power, able to do anything.
That's it. Omnipotent in 1 minute 12 seconds.
Omnipotent is a game where you play as God. Humans have decided to build the Tower of Babel, and they're building it in every single civilization and every single settlement. You must battle against humans and bring smite and teach them lessons as they keep building these towers through the advanced ages. Use different omnipotent powers such as tsunamis, earthquakes, wind, angels, demons, chasms, pestilence, and more. And omnipotent. All right. So I think we have a game here, Jay. What do you think? Would this be a game that you would enjoy? And would you play it?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, when Plague Inc. came out while I was in college, I was obsessed. And I tried to get everybody to play this game. And people like looked at it and they're like, nah, that doesn't look fun. But I was like, you guys don't understand. This game's super fun. There's like a newscast where they're talking about all this shit you're doing as the virus taking over the entire world and killing everybody. It's fucking amazing. It's super hard too. And I know they made another one where you have to quell down rebels that are popping up all over the world. I never played that one, but I love that game. And I think there should be more games like it. And this just seems like that game. But what I wanted from Plague Inc. after I played Plague Inc. and was like, this game needs to be more in depth. And there has to be more random occurrences that could happen, more news stories, because after a while, and after you played your 100th time, you get to like all the news stories you've read before, and there's repeats and stuff like that. It's like when you play Spider-Man, you play like you used to read the social feed, like the fake Twitter, and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool. They're talking about stuff I did, and then eventually, like, wait, I already saw that tweet. Oh, I saw that one too. Oh, I saw that. Oh, okay. It lost its magic. Like, I want there to be a bunch of things in this game, like a lot of dialogue, lots of random encounters, lots of random occurrences, lots of scripted occurrences that you could only get if you do certain requirements, stuff like things that make it feel fresh even after your 24th play through of the game.
I totally agree. I want there to be different things that can happen, different interactions, different ways that the humans can go. This would be a game that'd be right up my alley and it'd be a ton of fun. All right. Now we finished up and got a complete game. What studio would you assign to make Omnipotent the best?
I've already mentioned them quite a few times. Plague Inc.'s developers, Endemic Creations. They already have this down pat. All they need is a bigger budget and make this game perfect. I think they're the obvious choice. There's obvious other choices, but Endemic I think will do the best with it. Next to them, of course, Fire Axis, Sid Meier. Like you can't not give it to them. If Endemic can't do it, you have to give it to Fire Axis, right? Civilization creators, just they know how to do this type of stuff. What else do you have?
I have Omega Force, the developer behind Dynasty Warriors. I think if we gave them a big budget, a nice description of the powers we want and how we want humans wiped out, I think they'd be like, oh yeah, this can be kind of like a Musou game. We got you. We'll make the powers combo feel really good and make you feel powerful. Yeah. Like, think about it. Like, what if you were to do something where there was an earthquake that sucked the people into it, and then a geyser that pulled them up, and then angels took them from there and went up into the clouds? And you're like, hell yeah, I love that one. So I think that would be a good one.
The last dudes I would give this to would be EA/Maxis. So like the Sims dudes. It'll be a little bit different with them, a little bit more simple, but I think they could also do something really cool with this.
Most definitely. And with that, our 156th IP has gone gold. We hope you look forward to this experience that I will probably release. You can write to @poundgames@gmail.com if you have anything to patch into the game we created today. Also, Give us feedback. We're still learning how to make this show better, and your feedback really helps. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to back our ideas, please head over to patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early and an extra podcast at the beginning, which you caught the tail end of our conversation at the beginning of this episode. That's patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. If you liked our show, why not subscribe and give us all the stars on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Spotify, YouTube, and more. And if they ask for a review, instead of reviewing our show, become your inner game critic and review Omnipotent, the video game we just created today. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back next Friday with another new IP. Again, my name is Alex Gonzalez.
And I'm Jay Yee.
Thank you, and please remember that we are not game devs. Alex Gonzalez signing off.
I'm still here. And I will be here.
Jay's actually an AI I created. I want to do a podcast, but I wanted to do it by myself, but I wasn't good enough. So I made Jay.
Because I'm
Omnipotent. Are you?
There it is. You caught my reference.
Yep, I got it.
That's an Invincible reference for anyone who didn't catch it.
Oh yeah, I'm invincible.
But they don't actually say it.
No, they don't.